Barrister Yusuf Nurudeen, the legal counsel to Olalekan Onafeko, the sacked clerk of the Lagos State House of Assembly, has threatened to sue contempt proceedings against the Speaker of the House, Mojisola Meranda, over the alleged refusal of the House to reinstate his client. The National Industrial Court sitting in Lagos had on February 19, 2025, ordered the immediate reinstatement of Onafeko, who was removed from office on January 13, 2025, following the impeachment of former Speaker Mudashiru Obasa. The order follows an ex parte application filed before the court by Onafeko through his counsel Nurudeen. In his ruling, Justice M.N. Esowe granted the ex parte and directed the immediate reinstatement of Onafeko. The judge also ordered Babatunde Otun, who was appointed as his replacement, to stop parading himself as the clerk while the substantive case is resolved. However, despite the court's ruling, the Assembly leadership has failed to reinstate Onafeko, prompting his counsel to warn of potential legal consequences for the Speaker and other officials involved. In a bid to enforce the court ruling, Onafeko and his legal team visited the Lagos State House of Assembly complex on Wednesday, 26 February 2025, but they were unable to access his office, which had been padlocked. Speaking to reporters at the Assembly complex on Wednesday morning, Barrister Nurudeen described the Assembly's defiance of the court order as a blatant disregard for the rule of law, adding that it sets a dangerous precedent for governance in the state. He stressed that the judiciary remains the final arbiter of disputes, and any attempt to undermine its rulings could result in severe legal repercussions, adding that the Speaker's action amounted to contempt of court. What are your thoughts on this report, sir?
Well, it's unfortunate that what we have in Nigeria now is where laws are made for a particular set of people. Some persons do not obey court ruling in this country for whatever be your grounds. And the court has said this man should be reinstated. That order ought to be respected. But like I said, it's as if we are operating two systems where some persons obey court ruling or are compelled to obey court ruling, while others disregard court ruling. The court has said, pending when this matter is before me, this man should be reinstated. Let me hear the matter. It's an ex parte application that the court granted. And I'm sure the leadership of the Lagos House Assembly were properly served. So, but it's unfortunate that the court do not, people do not respect the court anymore. And at the end of the day, you will see that nothing is going to happen.
Now, when you say some people are compelled to obey court orders, what angle are you coming from?
Yes, because if Adibin is a poor man or somebody who do not have police escort, that there is an order is made against, the police will move in to enforce that order. But in this case, nobody is enforcing any order. The court has made a clear order that the clerk should be reinstated. And the Assembly has decided to do the other way around. So it's unfortunate that we practice a constitutional democracy and lawmakers, lawmakers are the ones now breaking the rule. I don't want to look at whether what the court said is right or not, but we are told that whether it's a nonsense order or not, a court order remains a court order and should be obeyed. If you have any issue, there is window for an appeal where you can appeal that order. So at this point, what the Lagos House Assembly would have done is to obey. Having the former clerk as a clerk does not stop anything.
But the new clerk has already been reinstated.
It does not matter. The court has said, no, hold on. This matter is before me, and people should be respected. These are people who call themselves lawmakers. You're making law. you're making laws for who to obey. Since you cannot obey simple law, simple court order. Like I said, I don't want to go into whether he was wrongly removed or rightly removed. That is not the issue now. The issue is that there is a court order that should be obeyed. And people should learn how to respect the constitution we vow to defend. As a lawmaker, they make law.
Right. And
they are now above the law. It's unfortunate. That's where the judiciary has found itself. But I think the judiciary is also part of the problem they have. Some persons don't. We have.
I was going to gather your thoughts as regards why, the disobedience of court orders lately. Many people, an order is passed and people disregard it. Why do you think that has become on the rise, especially in the political sphere?
Because it's very common in political matters. People don't respect court ruling. And again, the judiciary also is part of the problem, like I said. When you make orders that you are not supposed to, when you move into assume jurisdiction in a matter that you are not supposed to, that is also part of the reason why people feel that this court does not have jurisdiction to interfere in this matter. So the judiciary also needs to look at itself and dig deep into some of the orders issued by this court. Like I said, I don't want us to go into all that, but it's a way of making us understand why some of these orders are being disregarded. Court orders should be obeyed. But why many or some politicians, not all, don't obey court ruling is as a result of some of the court orders we have seen from this court. Recently, you saw what happened during the PDP South Congress. A court in Port Harcourt gave order. Another one in Abuja gave a conflicting order. This one said go ahead with the Congress. Another one said don't go. So you see how the judiciary has also played into the hands of this politician to make them to disregard the courts. And it is not healthy for democracy. Because it's a call to anarchy when people don't obey simple rules. We cannot say we are practicing democracy when we don't obey court orders.
Right. Thank you so much for your insight on that report. But I want to also gather your thoughts as regards some people watching and the viewers. Some people are not quite aware. When you say you don't want to go into the intricacies of whether he is right or he's wrong, can you give us a little bit of a background where all this stemmed from and what happened that brought us to this point in this issue?
No, the matter is before the court. It is not right for us to begin to decide or look into something that is already before the court. The court has assumed jurisdiction and have issued an ex parte order stating that status quo be maintained. That's the former clerk should be reinstated while the court will hear the matter. It is not right for us to look at was he properly removed. All that are before the court to decide whether he was.
But the court seemingly has technically said reinstate him, so it's already a sitting matter. But I just wanted you to give some form of a background for viewers that are not well, aligned with the case and how it started and what brought us to this point.
It's just about the removal of the former speaker.
Right.
That's the crisis we have in the Lagos State.
He was the clerk to the former speaker.
That's all. But he was not the clerk to the former speaker. He was the clerk to the assembly. The speaker does not have a clerk.
Exactly.
He's the clerk.
So when he was removed, the clerk was also removed alongside.
He was impeached, and when the new speaker assumed office, he now removed the clerk and brought in another clerk. So the point is, it has nothing to do. Of course, he has the right to. I don't think we need to go through the process of the clerk is not was not elected. He's a civil servant posted to the assembly.
Right.
So it's not like you need to gather to start, you need to impeach or remove him the same way, but you need to go through the process of removing of a speaker to remove the clerk.
Right.
But the new speaker maybe feel that the former clerk has some relationship with the former speaker, and became uncomfortable working with him, and I said, okay, you have to go with the former speaker. But that's not the point. My point is that when he was removed, he went to court, and the court said, please reinstate this person. This matter is before me. That is not the final decision of the court. The court only gave an ex parte order, and said they want to look into the matter. It could be that at the end of the day, the court will now look at, that's when the court will look at, was he right? Was he rightly removed? Or did the new speaker have right to remove the clerk? All this will be argued in the court. But my point is, there was an order.
Now, given this order that has been, served by the court, this ex parte order, and this man not even being let in to the building at all, and his office is padlocked.
It's part of the impunity we are talking about. That's the anarchy I said. When people don't obey law, he was removed and his office was padlocked despite the court order. So why do we make nonsense of court order in this country? Why do we even have the court if we cannot obey court order? And funny enough, this is coming from the same people who are lawmakers, not ordinary people, not journalists like you, not the market woman in the market. Lawmakers, those who make law. And that's why some persons, I don't want to go into that. One person turn it the other way to call them law something. I don't want to go into that. But it's unfortunate that people who make law don't obey law. That is, it's not a good thing where in a democratic system like ours.
All right. Thank you so much for your input.